get a UK degree in China, and the university is called Xi'an. It might be a little bit challenge for you. It's called Xi'an Jiaotong-Liverpool University, and the abbreviation is XJTLU. First of all, a little bit basic information, introductory info about the university. So it is a university jointly created by Xi'an Jiaotong University, which is a very good university in China, and the University of Liverpool from the UK. So that's why we are called Xi'an Jiaotong Liverpool University. We are now the biggest international cooperative university in China. And here you can see the numbers in terms of students and academic professors and the degree programs. Again, as you can see, we have now in total, we have over 23,000 students from more than 70 different countries. And in terms of academics, we have over 2,000 from more than 50 different countries. And currently at our university, we provide more than 100 degree programs. So it's between 100 and 110 degree programs offered at different levels: bachelor's, master's, and PhD. Here I'm talking about degree programs. I will talk about short courses like Chinese language courses later. The university is in China. Okay, it is not in the UK. It is in a city called Suzhou, and maybe some of you have been to Shanghai. So Suzhou is actually very close to Shanghai. If we put the city on the China's map, as you can see, it is to the west of Shanghai. And the university, I don't know whether you can see, around the middle of the screen, there is a black star. It is approximately the university is located. It is located in a district called SIP, which is for Suzhou Industrial Park, SIP. So our university is in this district. And between Suzhou, Shanghai, it only will take you about 25 minutes by train. Okay, some photos of the city, how the city looks like. This is a very famous garden. It is quite big. Well, it looks small on the picture, but it's actually quite big. This area is called SIP. This is actually the shopping area of SIP. And this is the landmark building called the Gate of the East. And this is around the city center. So that's why the design of the buildings is more Chinese traditional. So because this area around the city center is protected by the government, which means that we cannot build tall buildings. Very famous Chinese garden called the Humble Administrator's Garden. It is one of the 4 most famous gardens in China. Maybe after the session, you could have a check on Yandex or on Google. It is called Zhuozhenyuan in Chinese, but if you put it in English, it is called the Humble Administrator's Garden. It's very famous in China. Some other photos. This is the landmark building called Gate of the East. It is actually very tall, but it looks small in the picture. This is SIP. Okay, university. This is SIP district. If you want, university is around this area, around here. Again, well, this is a sky view, an area view of the city. 2 big lakes. To be honest with you, many of our students, they at the weekend or during holidays, they tend to spend their time around the lake because there are many restaurants, many shopping areas like this one. This is actually a shopping area. This is the Suzhou Arts Museum. Many, dancing, music, concerts are held in this place. And some of them, they tend to spend their holidays or weekend around the lake because, many sports or arts activities. All right, we are coming to the key part of the today's presentation. So first of all, why choose XJTLU? Why you want to come to this university for study? Because first of all, if you are bachelor students, when you graduate, you will get 2 degrees. You get the first degree from the University of Liverpool, which is in the UK, and you will get a second degree from our university, Xi'an Jiaotong-Liverpool University. This is for bachelors. If you are coming for masters and a PhD, the time when you graduate, you will not get 2 degrees, but only 1 degree, and that degree is from the University of Liverpool. So here is the difference. For bachelor's, 2 degrees, and for masters and PhD students, you will get 1 degree, but University of Liverpool degree. And we teach everything in English language. All degree programs, bachelor's, master's, and PhD, we teach them all in English. I mentioned we teach all degree programs 100% in English. This also explains why when you apply to our university, you do not need to provide the Chinese language information. So you don't need to provide, for example, HSK. We don't ask for that because we do everything in English. But if you have certificates like HSK, it is good, and you can submit that. You can upload that onto the application system. It is okay, but what I'm saying is it is not a compulsory document. It's optional. Okay, another very good point to mention to you is we have 2+2 study option, which means that if you come to the university for bachelor's degree, you can freely choose to go to the UK, go to the University of Liverpool for year 3 and year 4. Again, this 2+2 study route is optional. It is not compulsory, and not all undergraduate degree programs have 2+2. At the moment we have 48 bachelor's degree programs. About 32, I think the number is 32 or 33, 32 undergraduate degree programs, they have 2+2 study route. If you are enrolled into either one of the 32 degree programs, again, you can freely choose to go to Liverpool. It's not compulsory.
Shida, I mentioned that you yourself studied at Liverpool University. Is it right?
Yes. So yeah, it is optional. So if you want to go to Liverpool, of course, I will talk about 2+2 a little bit later during the presentation. But generally speaking, if a student choose to go to choose 2+2, when she or he goes to Liverpool, he will pay the University of Liverpool price tuition fee for year 3 and year 4. But if, for example, if a student called Anna, she doesn't want to choose 2+2, which means that she will do 4 years undergraduate studies at our university, which is Xi'an Jiaotong-Liverpool University. When she graduates, she will also get 2 degrees. So in terms of result, there is no difference. No matter 4+0 or 2+2, all undergraduate students, they will always get 2 degrees when they graduate. Okay, if a student, for example, we still take Anna, for instance, if Anna doesn't choose 2+2, in year 3 of her undergraduate studies, she can choose to go abroad, still go overseas for either 1 semester or 1 year in one of our partner institutions around the world for exchange opportunities. Again, study abroad opportunity is not compulsory. It is optional, and it is generally 1 semester or 1 year, and it happens in year 3.
Shida, when you have this exchange program, so for example, you stay 4 years in China and you manage to get this 1 year exchange program study abroad, education fee will be the same as in China.
It's a good question. If they go abroad because they are our XJTLU student, if for example Anna, she choose study abroad opportunity in, for example, in the UK, in University of Leeds, for example, if she goes abroad as an exchange student, she pays the tuition fee to our student. So when she goes to Leeds, she doesn't need to pay anything. The tuition fee, I mean, she still needs to pay for the flight ticket, accommodation, etc. But for tuition fee, Anna pays to our university. That's the definition of an exchange student. If they are exchange students, they still pay to their home university. When they go to the host university, they don't need to pay for the tuition fee. But there's a big difference between exchange and visiting. If Anna goes abroad as a visiting student, she will pay the tuition fee to the host university, not to the home university. So here is a little bit difference between exchange and visiting. But generally speaking, most of the partner institutions, because we have contracts with them. So normally our students go to these partner institutions in different countries as an exchange student. And in that case, they don't need to pay tuition fee to that host university.
Shreya, the question, as I said that there is competition for this exchange program among students.
It depends on the program the student is studying at our university, and it also depends on not the exchange places every year the host university gives to us. Not, for example, we could have a contract with a university in the US, for example, but that university in the US only signs the contract with for our business students. So if a student is studying mathematics, in that case, she or he cannot go to that university because she's not doing business.
Mhm.
So it's quite complicated, but I can tell you at the moment we have 90 plus. So it's more than 90, but less than 100
Mhm.
partner universities in many different places. Italy, UK, Russia. We have also one partner in Russia, US, Germany, France, many countries. But again, whether Anna can go to either one of these partner university depends on what program Anna is doing at our university.
Mhm.
So we don't have time today, to be honest, to go through the list. But generally speaking, we do have the study abroad opportunity if the student doesn't want to choose 2+2. Yeah. Not neither 2+2 nor study abroad in year 3 are compulsory. So these are optional. A student can finish 4 year studies completely at our university, and at the end, she or he will still get 2 degrees. Now we are going to talk about the programs and the courses that are offered at our university. As I mentioned earlier, we provide more than 100 degree programs, and as you can see, uh, here I list the name of the schools or the academies at our university. For example, we have study fields that include technology, IT, business, natural science, social sciences, design, film, pharmacy, education. So it covers pretty much everything you can think of. And for the detailed list of that 100 degree programs, of course, you can find that on the university website. Here, I only list the names of the schools, academic schools, to give you an idea, the study fields, if you want, we provide.
You have all possible programs. I remember that you don't have only vet school.
Yes. So, for example, if Anna wants to study geography or history or psychology, for those kind of study programs, we don't provide. But pharmacy is kind of medicine, but it's not totally medicine. So it's basically history, geography, law, and we don't have law, for example. Okay, let's move on. Here is feel free to take photo. Here is the list of the undergraduate degree programs that are currently offered at our university. It is just the degree program names, okay, only the names. If you want to find the details, you could have a look at the university website. Which year you are going to study which modules, which subjects. It's more detailed information you can find on our website. Here is just a screenshot. For undergraduate and for masters, I would like to highlight this new campus. As you can see from the picture, it is a fresh new campus, and the construction of this new campus was completed last September. So we just opened for a year until today. It's only a year. It's in a city called Taicang. So technically speaking, Taicang city belongs to Suzhou city, if you want. And if we put if we put Taicang on the map again, as you can see, Taicang, Kunshan, Changshu, Zhangjiagang, all these 4 cities belong to Suzhou. So you can consider it is a county, if you want. It is a town, but in China we still call them city. This new campus is located in Taicang, and from the map you can see it is even closer to Shanghai. Okay, the distance between Taicang and Suzhou is about 1 hour driving distance. Okay, here we have the main campus, SIP, and we have a new campus called Taicang in here. 1 hour driving distance. And at the moment, we provide 8 degree programs in Taicang, 7 undergraduate plus 1 master's. Here you can see we put it in blue color. The top 7 are undergraduate, and this one is for master's, entrepreneurship and innovation. This one is master's. Okay, total at the moment 8, but we are developing new programs for the future. So for 2024, we probably will have new master's programs coming for 2020. Sorry, for 2024. Let's move on. Here is the list of our master's programs. Again, just a screenshot. FT means full-time. Okay, full-time, and PT means part-time. If you are now in Russia or in Belarus or in Kazakhstan, normally you will come for full-time, because part-time program, this option is normally provided to people who are working in China. So they have a job. They are foreign people. They have job in China, and in addition to what they do in the job, they want to continue their studies. So in that case, they can learn part-time masters. If you are now abroad, 99% of cases you are going to do full-time. This is for masters, and of course, we also have PhD programs.
And part-time education, is the fee the same?
Yes, it's the difference. The only difference is about time. The fee is the same. Okay, let's move on. In addition to undergraduate and masters, we also have PhD programs. PhD, at the moment, we provide 16 study fields. I tend to call them study fields rather than degree programs, because if a student wants to do PhD, normally he or she will have a very focused study or research pathway. So we provide 16 different research pathways or research study fields. For PhD level, the same. We provide both full-time and a part-time. There is no tuition fee difference, and the difference is only about time.
And Shida, there was a question about part-time education. What time are classes?
What time? Good question. Normally, classes are placed over the weekend. Yes, because we want to suit the people who work in China. So from Monday to Friday, normally they have their job, and over the weekend, Saturday and Sunday, they will come to university, or they could do it remotely. For example, we have quite a lot of cases. International people, they work in Shanghai, and they come for part-time program at our university. So they do the program remotely, or if they have time, they travel from Shanghai to Suzhou, because very close to the campus, to do the 2 days training study on campus. Then they go back to Shanghai for their work.
And for example, if I am in Russia and I can study online, right?
If the not really in Russia, to be honest, because part-time we still need them to be in China. Not everything is online.
I
Yeah,
see.
we're still gonna,
Okay.
yes.
And when they come to study for weekend, they stay where usually, at hotel or campus?
It's a good question. If normally our part-time students, current part-time students, they live around Suzhou city, because if they live very far away from Suzhou, normally they will choose another university. So this is why part-time is normally targeted at cities around Suzhou. So even if their study requires them to come to campus, they can do that quickly. For example, Shanghai, many international foreign people in Shanghai, they do part-time masters here. They come to Suzhou. For example, Saturday, they do 1 day study, then they go back in the evening, go back to Shanghai. Then Sunday, if they still have classes on Sunday, they come to Suzhou again, then go back again. So if you are currently abroad, which means that you are not in China, part-time is not the option. And even if you are in China, you live very far away from Suzhou, I'm afraid that choosing XJTLU part-time masters is not a very wise option for you, because you still need to come to university for some of your studies. I bet most of you are very interested in Chinese language learning. So the good news for you is we are going to run again, like we run it before every year before COVID, and during COVID we did it online. So for 2024 we have Chinese language summer course 4 week. Here I put the duration. It's from late July to mid August, and we'll still run Chinese language spring and autumn semester course. But the timing for these spring and autumn courses, it is to be announced. It's not decided yet by the university. But for summer, it is by and large during this time, July and August.
Mhm.
For Chinese
Uh,
language, I will talk about the tuition fee for these two programs later. Here I only mentioned the duration. Yes.
uh, and as I said already, Shida, half of our students, they work, and they can come to China only for 2 weeks. And I see that next summer school again will be 4 week, right?
It'll be 4 week, because the demand for 2 week is not very big. So if we open that course, there may not be enough students coming. So this is why we open the 4 week. And this summer, to be very honest with you, the 4 week we have definitely more than 100 students coming for 4 week. And as you know, Dinara, before COVID-19, we used to run 2 week, 4 week, and a 6 week. But because we just passed through the COVID-19 period, so university is not very totally prepared to run 2 week and 6 week. So this is why we keep it 4 week. 2 week might be a little too short, to be honest, to do in Chinese language. If there is enough demand, to be honest, for Dinara, if maybe you could do a little survey among the students of the school. So if there's enough demand for 2 week Chinese language summer school, I will talk to university definitely and raise that question with university. But at the moment, uh, the the confirmed course is 4 week. We
Uh,
may have 2 week or 6 weeks in the future, but for 2024, at the moment, it is 4 week course, which has been confirmed already.
we will be very grateful. We will make such survey, and next year, because there is very high demand for the Chinese language in Russia, next year will be a lot of students who will be uh, willing to come to for summer school.
Okay. Okay, let's move on. Short courses. Okay, to a moment to fresh your mind. Some photos, quite a lot of photos, to be honest, of the university. SIP camp. I will talk about SIP campus, which is in Suzhou. Then I will show you the photos for Taicang campus. Okay, this is North Campus of SIP, science buildings, ABCD. So if uh, students who do, for example, mathematics, biology, chemistry, physics, normally they'll have classes in either one of these 4 buildings, and IT. If they're doing IT, they will have classes in either one of the 3 buildings. This is South Campus. This is Business School. This the curve building here is the International Business School. This is Research Center, research building, right? And this one is the IA building, which is for how they call it, IA, which is for academic, from meetings or offices. This is on South Campus also, sports field plus a 4-story gym building, and some photos from inside the gym. Basketball, equipment, mini golf, badminton, net fencing, university library. This is in our central building, which is this building here. This one, which looks like a cube, a box. This is the central building where the library is. Library is from level 3 to level 10 of inside this building. And this building, which is closer to the screen, it is engineering building. So for example, if students are doing electronic engineering or electric engineering, industrial design, normally they will have their classes in this big building. Again, business school and the South Campus, which is this building is humanities and social sciences. This little one. This one is the IA building. This one is for environmental sciences. This one is the business school. Okay, and this is the little garden in the middle. Some photos of Taicang campus. This campus is very new. It's, as I mentioned, the construction was completed last summer, so it's basically 1 year only. It is a circle. So building A B C D E F G makes it a circle. Yes, another area view of the building of the campus. Okay, here is the teaching facilities, and here we have university student accommodation. This is student accommodation area for both students and university staff. Here is the sports field, and this building, actually this one is the sports center for sports, and there is a swimming pool in this building. Okay. Yes. Well, this very clear. Student accommodation. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 very big buildings for student dormitories. Teaching facilities, labs, computer rooms, design facilities, and sports again, and the university restaurants, university canteens, Chinese food and Western food. University accommodation.
Should I have a question about canteen prices? Usually, breakfast, lunch, dinner, people can eat, right?
Yes, for both lunch and dinner, they can eat at a university. So generally speaking, if they, for example, if they go to this one, which is South Campus, for a typical meal, it would cost a student between 20 to 25 Chinese yuan, and which is about 250 ruble per meal for Chinese food. And if this one is Western food, if they eat in this Western food restaurant, the price would go higher. So roughly speaking, between 400 ruble to 800 ruble. So it depends on the meal. All right, let's move on. About university, we won't spend too much time on accommodation because there's too much detailed information. When you are ready to come to study at XJTLU, we can talk about accommodation at that time. because some of these information, they could change next year. We are 2023. So if they change, and we talk too much detail here, it's a waste of time. As you can see, we have 4 different options for SIP campus. And you can see the kitchen, whether it's private or shared, whether there is a bathroom, whether it's private or shared, and the price per month in Chinese yuan, but also in US dollars, and the distance to campus. 4 different choices for SIP campus. And for Taicang campus, at the moment there is only one choice, which is the room type is twin room. So basically a room with 2 beds. So ideally 2 students could share the room, but if a student wants to rent the whole room, it is also okay. He or she just needs to pay double price.
These are prices for 1 year, right?
Not really. Here is the price for per month. Okay, so let's leave it for now. If you have a very detailed question about accommodation, maybe you could let Dinara know, and we can talk about it later. Okay, this is the key part about admission and tuition fees. First of all, I will talk about a bachelor's. If you are now studying in a high school in Russia and you want to apply to our university in the future for 2024 or in the future, the minimum academic requirement is final average 4 out of 5 in high school from your current high school. So you need to provide us with your transcripts and the attested certificate. This is the minimum entry criteria for Russian high school applicants. For language requirements, because as I mentioned before, we teach all degree programs in English, so you do need to provide certificates like IELTS or TOEFL. But I know at the moment it might be tricky for you to take IELTS or TOEFL test in Russia because the test centers are closed. So in that case, if you apply, Dinara will help you. Dinara will talk to me, and we will let you know what you need to do if you cannot do IELTS or TOEFL test in Russia. The IELTS or TOEFL requirement is 5.0 for IELTS and a 62 for TOEFL. IBT means internet-based test. Okay, these are the minimum entry criteria for high school Russian applicants.
And is it possible to pass now TOEFL, Shida?
For TOEFL, I think they need to check. I think the answer is no for now in Russia. Yes. Okay. The good news now I want to share with you is that if you really cannot do IELTS or TOEFL in Russia or in Belarus, for example, one option would be for you to go to, for example, travel to Kazakhstan and book a test in Kazakhstan and do them in Kazakhstan. And if you still cannot do that, we have our own internal XJTLU English language entry test. If you want to take our internal English language entry test, you do not need to do IELTS or TOEFL. You only do our test, and it can be done online. It can be done online. I mean, our internal test, and the cost will be free for you. So it's a bonus. It's a good news for you. Okay, so if if for example you want to take our internal entry test, I have to say that you need to apply through Dinara, apply through the school. If you apply as an individual applicant, we cannot provide to you for free. I mean, yes. So Dinara is our official partner in Russia, the school. So if you are now, for example, studying Chinese language in her school and you want to come to XJTLU, for example, for bachelor's, master's, or PhD, you could apply through Dinara, and the Dinara knows about our university. We have partnership, we have agreement for many years. Dinara is a specialist in cooperation with our university, so please do not hesitate to reach out to Dinara. And any questions, Dinara will talk to me, will talk to us, and we will help you, definitely. We will help you. And we'll help you book the internal English language entry test, again, if you cannot take IELTS or TOEFL in Russia or Belarus. So this is the good news for the school. Please improve your Chinese language, although it is not required when you apply to us, but still it would be very good for you to speak Chinese language when you come, because outside the university, many Chinese people, they cannot speak English. Not every Chinese person can speak English language. So this is the thing you may need to think of. Try to learn some Chinese language. Come to university, we do everything in English. But for example, when you go to supermarket, when you go to restaurant, many people, they can't speak in English. So at that moment, you will realize, okay, it's very good for me to learn some Chinese language beforehand. Okay, let's move on. This is entry requirement for bachelor's. Now I'm going to talk about masters. The entry requirement for master's programs vary. It depends on which master's programs you want to apply for. So if, for example, you are interested in a specific master's program or specific study field, please go to university website and check the specific entry requirements for that master's programs you are interested in. But generally speaking, because we are using the British education system at our university, so if we put the minimum entry requirement for master's programs in the British way, we would say we require a UK upper second class honours, which is known as 221. So it is a final average mark of your undergraduate studies between 60% to 69%, because that's the grading system in the UK. They give student marks from 0 to 100%. It may not be the case in Russia, but in the UK, they do it from 0% to 100%. And we need the general, again, this is the general criteria. We need a final average mark of the undergraduate studies between 60 to 69%. And in the UK, they call it upper second class, which is 221 degree. Don't worry about it. If you have finished your undergraduate studies in Russia and your marks are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, for example, please do not worry about the conversion. When you submit your documents into our system, we will do the conversion of marks for you. So you don't need to worry about what it means in the UK system. And this is for academic. And at the bottom, you can see for English language, again, it depends on the program. Generally speaking, for all of our master's programs, we require IELTS between 6 to 7. So it could be 6, it could be 6.5, it could be 7. Like in the UK, for the natural science programs, typically it's a 6. And for business programs, typically we require 6.5. And if you are interested in, for example, humanities and social sciences, you are interested in English language, in communication studies, for example, in that case, we will require 7 for IELTS. So it varies from program to program. Application process. We don't need to go through it in detail, but generally speaking, no matter which study level you will go to, we put the document checklist here. You need to provide basically transcripts from your high school or from your university. And we need English language requirement, for example, IELTS or TOEFL. We also need a personal statement, which is typically 1 A4 page would be okay. And of course, scan a copy of your passport, your personal ID. This is required. Reference letters. If you are applying for master's level, you need to provide 2 reference letters. Reference letters refer to some people call it recommendation letters. So basically, it's a reference letter from from your university academic professor. They write a reference letter for you. Application form, this is only for master's applicants. Undergraduate applicants, you don't need to provide that. You only need to tick yes in the scholarship question. You only tick yes, then we know, and we will include you in the scholarship committee meeting. But for masters, you need to provide a scholarship application form. And where is this form? You can find the form on the application system. So it is two or three A4 pages, not very long. When you see that, it's quite straightforward, the process. And also you need to write a scholarship application letter if you are applying for master's level. Very short, between 100 and 200 words, a scholarship application letter. And at the bottom, we also require portfolio, and we will do an interview. And if you are not in China, we will do the online interview with you if you are applying for these 4 undergraduate programs. Only these 4. For other programs, we don't require portfolio and we don't require interview.
And should I here written translated into English? Can they translate themselves, or they need to go to notariate?
Yes, they need to provide need to go through the notary bureau. I also need to share one piece of information, because Dinara, you mentioned some of your students are now working in Russia. They have a job. So if they apply for master's programs, these 2 reference letters, it could be 1 academic reference letter plus 1 professional reference letter. So 1 from their previous university plus 1 from their boss in the company, for example. But in any cases, 2 academic reference letters are okay. This is about application process, application deadline, and the scholarship application deadline. Please feel free to take a photo or make a screenshot. They are all in June. It depends on its undergraduate or postgraduate. Generally speaking, scholarship application deadline is normally 15 days earlier than application deadline. This is about deadline. Then, okay, very important about tuition fee and the scholarships. I will talk about tuition fee first. Then we will see the scholarships we provide. For undergraduate students, it is a flat fee. It is 88,000 Chinese yuan per academic year. It's the same fee for all undergraduate programs, no difference. And for masters, the tuition fee varies from program to program. Again, if you are interested in a specific master's program, you need to check that tuition fee on the university website. But generally speaking, for all master's programs, the tuition fee drops within this range in Chinese yuan or here in US dollars for the whole duration. And typically, a master's program's duration is either 18 months. Most of the master's programs are 18 months, or 24 months for 11 master's programs. I'm talking about a full-time, okay? I'm talking about a full-time, not part-time masters. 4 times, either 18 months or 24 months. And for PhD, again, for full-time PhD, it will be done between 2 to 4 years, and every year you need to pay 80,000 Chinese yuan. And if you do it in part-time, it will take you between 4 to 6 years, and the tuition fee is 60,000 Chinese yuan per academic year. Short Chinese language courses, it's 5,000 for the summer 4-week course, and the 9,500 Chinese yuan for the spring and autumn semester course. Tuition fees, okay, very, very important about the scholarships. We have different categories of scholarship opportunities provided to our applicants. First of all, I will talk about entry scholarship. Entry scholarship, it is available for both undergraduate and a master's applicants. And the scholarship percentage is from 0% to 50%. It is up to 50% of the first year tuition fee. And as you can see, we have a special scholarship for Russian high school applicants, you will be guaranteed 30% entry scholarship as long as you meet the minimum entry criteria for 2024 intake. As long as you meet the minimum, you will get 30% entry scholarship in pocket. And do you remember? You do still remember the minimum? I will go back. Okay, this is the minimum. If you meet this plus this English language, you will get 30% entry scholarship guaranteed to you. Okay, this is a special one for applicants from Russia. The second scholarship is actually linked to the first one. For example, if Natalia, she gets 30% entry scholarship for year 1, and she wants to renew this 30% into year 2, then she needs to basically be within top 25% of all students in the program in year 1. In that case, she can carry the 30% into year 2 and into year 3 and into year 4 if she continues to have this academic performance. Okay, this is for the second category. The third one is called friendship scholarship. It is only available for master's applicants who meet the program minimum admission criteria, and it is available for 6 countries, for applicants from 6 countries, including Russia, as you can see here. And the percentage is also 30% discount of the total tuition fee, total master's tuition fee. Okay, for 6 countries. And the last one is actually for the Taicang campus. Maybe you still remember I mentioned about the new Taicang campus. We have 7 undergraduate programs now offered by Taicang. If you apply to either one of the 7 undergraduate programs and you meet the minimum entry criteria, which again, I mentioned before in one of the previous slides, you will be guaranteed 30% discount of the first year tuition fee, and you can still carry this discount into year 2 if you can meet these criteria. In number 2, scholarships. Feel free to take a photo. If in addition to scholarships, we also have different kinds of discounts. For bachelors, for all international students, if you apply online on the application system, you apply online before and submit your application before the 1st of May 2024 here, not 2023. Sorry for the mistake. Should be 1st of May 2024. You will automatically get 8,000 Chinese yuan early bird discount, and not only for year 1, but also every year for your bachelor's, for the 4 years, basically. Every year, 8,000 Chinese yuan less. This is early bird discount. We call it early bird discount. We also have a discount for 2+2 students. Maybe you still remember at the very beginning, I mentioned about 2+2 study route. If you go to Liverpool University, because you are our student, you will automatically get a 10% discount off your tuition fee from the University of Liverpool. You don't need to apply for it. It's automatic given to you. And if you apply for our master's programs, and that you are a previous graduate of XJTLU or the University of Liverpool or Xi'an Jiaotong University, you will have a alumni discount, which is 20% off tuition fee of the total master's tuition fee. And for short Chinese language courses, if you are now studying in Dinara school and you apply through the school, you come to our university for short Chinese language courses. Short Chinese language summer course, you will automatically get 40% discount.
I have a question, Shida. And
Yes.
these discounts, are they plus on top of, for example, students from Russia get 30%, and if they apply if they get early bird discount plus 10%, and in total 40%, right?
Yes. So basically, yeah. In a scholarship, for example, they can get 30% scholarship, the the entry scholarship plus early bird discount. So it could be added up, but it's actually a good question. So the scholarships themselves, they cannot add up, but a scholarship plus discount, it's okay. Okay, discounts. I believe we are coming to the end. Okay, thank you for listening. Thank you for coming again, and thank you, uh, Dinara, very much for translation.
Well,
It's not an easy job.